Yo, what's good, everybody? We're gonna have the beers with Barton. It is April 21st, 2026, a Tuesday, a Taco Tuesday, as some call. Although we had sushi for dinner tonight. But be that as it may, this is gonna be a cool video. I try to do these when they're like, I guess life events or life updates or, stuff sports stuff or vacate, like whatever, just updates. It's therapy to me. But there are sometimes they're like really special ones where it's like what I would consider a big life event for myself or the family, or just something cool happened, or to honor someone or something. So anyways, McKayla turned 15 in February, which in the state of North Carolina, you are able to go get your driver's permit. Well, she took her driver's ed back in October, November. And what they have to do after they do this online driver's ed, which includes a test, you have 2 weeks to do it, she passed. You have to drive 6 hours, and they do it through the school here, her high school, with a driving instructor. And what they do is they have 2 students in the car, makes sense. And for 3 days, they go for 4 hours, drive for 2, sit and learn for the other 2. So they were behind about 6 months because, once you do the driver's ed test, you can get your driving in whenever. And then the day you turn 15, you can go, take your permitting test. So we were behind. They finally called 2 weeks ago and said, hey, we got a spot for you. We're actually driving home from dinner. Get this weird number. I ignored it. Jess got the same number. She ignores it. McKayla got the number, ignored it. Well, we listened to the voicemail. It's the driver instructor. Hey, we got time next week. It's 3 days in a row. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right after school. Till 6:15, 6:30. Like, call me back or we're moving to the next one. So quickly call back. We had to move some stuff around, but we were like, yeah, take it. So Monday of last week, she went driving. She said it was a good experience, for the 2 hours. Of course, they've got the brake on their side, and she said that, he'd grab the wheel from her from time to time. But overall, she felt good. Went and did it Tuesday. Great. Wednesday was going to be the last one. We got an appointment for her permit the following week, which is this week. And then the driving instructor called and just said he had a family emergency. He can't drive on Wednesday. He's going to try to get it done Thursday or Friday once he knew, or the weekend. Well, she couldn't for the weekend because we just had a dance competition. So it was like, man, hopefully she can get it done so we don't have to push out the permit test. Anyways, he calls back Wednesday morning and says, good, everything's fine. I can drive Thursday. So she drives Thursday. I go to pick her up at the school. There's some forms I have to get from him and sign, and he was great. Really nice to talk to on the phone, but just really, really classy guy. And, right as I got out of my truck to pick up McKayla, he goes, oh boy, you got your hands full with this one, and started laughing. And I was like, yeah, I do. And then he just proceeded to say, hey, she did great. There's some things she needs to work on, obviously, but she did great. She's very confident. She's got a great personality. She kept me laughing. She was engaging when she wasn't driving. She was learning road signs and that type of stuff. I really enjoyed having her. And he goes, I don't, he's a Southern boy. He goes, I don't say that to everybody. Most of these kids are not as prepared as her, because I had taken her out driving, over the summer, and I did it the day before for an hour or so just to get her comfortable with, get back to driving and some stuff. So, she put in the work, and it paid off, proud father moment just to get that feedback. Not just that she's doing well driving, because either way, that's why, you learn. And I didn't know how she was going to react. I felt pretty confident she would be good, but, she was gaining, her confidence every day. So that was really cool. So had an appointment for today, Tuesday. And, she's excited, had a busy week. At the dance competition, had to catch up on some homework, had a test she had to get ready for. I mean, she had it. There was a lot going on. I think she felt a little overwhelmed, but she'd really been looking forward to this. So she ended up this afternoon. Oh, and I usually work from the office on Tuesdays, and I was going to. Jess was going to take her to the permit time. It was at 3:30, and I was just going to meet there afterwards. I ended up working from home today. We had some work done. We got a patio enclosed with some windows and new sliding glass door and all that stuff. It's really nice. Sliding windows and new door. So I was home for that, and I just said, hey, I can take her. No worries. I've been teaching her how to drive so far, so I'll do it. Well, she texted me today to said, hey, Had a test today, did not go great. Is there any way we can just push the driver's test back, the permit test back? I don't feel prepared. And I was like, well, they do them a week at a time, so the earliest would be, if we get one, would be next Wednesday. We'd have to check Wednesday morning. Are you sure? And she was like, yeah, let's just do that. So what we did instead, Jess and I talked, was we're going to try to encourage her just to do it. Like, hey, go today. If you do fail, which I didn't think she was going to, but even if you do, we can still get another appointment. You just have to wait a week. And then you see what the test questions are. It's like a free test. Like, yeah, no one wants to fail a test, or you pass. And we don't have to worry about any of this. So picked her up from school, feel her out. How you doing? How you feeling? And she's like, I'm fine. I'm just like, I didn't do well on my test. One of my friends who's in it said she felt it was pretty straightforward and got a really good grade. Mine wasn't as good. I'm just kind of frustrated right now. And that's the class she had to play some catch up on. So I think she was just overwhelmed and normal. Like, I don't want to go take a test that I don't feel prepared for when I just didn't do well on a test. And by not well, I mean, she got a B. By not well, that I didn't do well and that I prepared for, to go, because we were doing practice tests last night, all three of us, and McKayla and I beat Jessica on the first one, then Jessica smoked us on all the other ones, so she's a nerd. Anyway, so I just said, hey, here's the scenario. You can go today. You're going to pass. You're going to be fine. If you don't, we'll get one next week. No big deal. Let's go get, it's a place called Sipco where you can get like different types of drinks. So let's just go get a drink. We have time. Let's just do it. You know what I mean? And I didn't really know what his reaction was going to be. And I basically said, I'll support you whatever you want to do. I'm not going to force you to go if you're not ready. I think you're going to be fine. Like, don't doubt yourself, but I'm not going to force you. It's up to you if you want to go get your permit. So we're talking, we're jiving. She's doing one in the test, practice test in the car. We get the drink. We're talking like her confidence is growing. She's like, yeah, okay, let's just go. I said, yeah, we'll be good. Get there about 3 o'clock. Her appointment's 3:30. She does, finishes the practice test in the car. I can feel her confidence growing. Like McKayla's back. She's feeling good. And so we get in there. They check us in real quick. Go back to the lady. The lady was super nice. Fills out all these forms. I'm signing stuff. McKayla, they did the eye test. She passes. They did a road test. She passed that. She was good. And then it's like, hey, go take your basically written test. It's multiple choice, 25 questions. You can miss 5, so you only got to get 80 to pass, so 20. So if you miss the 6th question at any point, it just shuts off. Like, it doesn't let you keep going, you're done. Or if you get 20 right, you're done because you passed. So I go back to the lobby, sit down. We were there a little early, got through all that stuff. It's like 3:31. Text was just, hey, she's back there. We did this, we did that. I think we're good. And I'm out in the lobby in the place where they're taking the test. Computers are like over here with glass around it. She kind of walking over. It's like 4 minutes later, and I'm like, it's probably not a good sign. She probably missed her 6, but it happened quick. She goes, I'm done. And I was like, okay. She goes, I passed. And I was like, oh. She goes, yeah, it was the first 20. Like, I passed. And she's like smiling. I'm like, good. And we're walking back to the lady to get, her permit and to, finish the paperwork. And I just looked at her. I said, don't ever doubt yourself. Like, don't. You know what you're capable of. Like, I get it. You can be overwhelmed. You can not have that confidence, but don't doubt yourself. So she was like, yeah, you right. So anyways, go back, get all the stuff. She got her permit. She's jacked. She's like, hey, can I ride home? And I told her, I was like, in like an hour when you pass your test, like, you can drive me home from the DMV. I've taken her driving before, like I said, in parking lots, but never out on the road. So she's like, can I drive? I'm like, yeah. Get in the truck. We get it all set up. We take our pictures. And this is almost 30 minutes away. It's like 4 o'clock. It's traffic, commuter traffic time, and it's all back road. So it's busy. So she just gets in and like, she's, she just gotten some experience driving. So she has a little bit. She's driven my truck before. So I'm like, hey, we're just going to do this. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to remind you if you need to stop or what to do at certain places, but I'm just going to let you drive. Just watch it. She was good. I really didn't have to tell her much. It was just like, watch your turn, give yourself a little bit of speed, make sure you're in the middle of the road. Okay, go over here. You're going to merge, like, just small stuff, we're going to take a right up here at the light, make sure you come to a complete stop, but like, drove home and pulled it into the garage, which our garage goes like this, and our other car was in there, and you don't have a lot of room. Got it in perfect, which she couldn't even see over the top of the truck at the point, and it was good. So she did great, super juiced, obviously. Jessica was happy, thrilled for her, and also was like, did you just pull the truck into the garage? Like, I can't even do that. She can, but she doesn't drive the truck often. So great day. We wanted to celebrate that dance tonight. So we were like, hey, let's go get dinner. You know, you guys good with that? So, oh, but before that, we had to go get Potter because we took him to doggy day camp for the day because we had people working even outside. He'd have barked all day. So she was like, I want to drive. Can I drive to dance tonight? We're like, no, you can't drive to dance tonight because mom's driving, you know, in the new car. We're not letting you drive the new car yet. You can get some practice in the truck. So Jess said, hey, let's go to dinner. You can drive Dad. I'll follow you. Then Dad can go home after dinner. We'll go to dance. She's like, yeah, it's awesome. Like, she's excited. I'm like, cool. I'm about to go grab Potter. And I go, you want to drive to go pick up Potter? She's like, yeah. And Jess was like, well, maybe Dad will drive home because Potter gets insane in the truck and, you know, on the car ride home. Like, makes sense. Get there. Does a great job driving there. Didn't do a great job parking. So she ends up backing it up in between two cars in my truck. Pretty perfectly, pretty great. Like, she's like, oh, I don't have a backup camera. Oh, well, using her, like, just very confident. You know, I had to guide her in and tell her a few things, but like very confident and kind of knew what to do, which I was very impressed with. We get Potter. He's insane. So I was going to drive. She goes, you know, can I not drive home? And I was like, why not? Go for it. I'll watch Potter. Like, it's how you learn. Drove home, same thing. I mean, she's going out. She's doing U-turns. All this stuff, roundabouts home. I mean, just doing it. Pulled the car in the park. I get caught up on work. We get ready. She drives to dinner. Pretty good. She didn't do a great job parking. I actually kind of set her up wrong. Where she was going to pull in, it was actually a spot she couldn't go into. So I was trying to help her back out and get back in. But it was tight in a parking lot. There was a car coming. She got like, I said, just pull in. I'll fix it. And I ended up backing into a parking spot. But she's great. She's probably driven an hour and a half today already. And like, she does not lack confidence. And she really is getting comfortable with, you know, what to do in certain situations. Obviously, I'm still coaching her. It's still early, but as soon as I kind of say, hey, we get up here, you're going to, you know, merge up to the left. You know, she's looking over her shoulder. She's using her turn. Like, she's doing all the right stuff. So the driving school obviously is great, but I think one of the biggest things about this is she doesn't lack confidence. You know, I tell her, you know, be confident, don't be cocky. That's how we've raised her in anything that she does. And then learn. Just learn the best you can from any situation. You're not going to be perfect. You may not be the best, but just learn from it. But have confidence. And she showed it. I'm just so proud of her. It's a crazy stage of life to be in. You know, like, I'm old enough to have a daughter that has her permit, and she's over 15. The next thing we're going to do is start looking for cars. Hopefully find her the right one at the right price. That's good for her, for a first car with all the safety features and reliability. And so that way for the next 8 months, you know, or whenever we get it, so at least 6 months, she can drive on the car she's going to drive. That's what we really want for her. So that's the next stage. Obviously, we're not running out to buy it tomorrow, but it's something we'll definitely be looking for, you know, by summer, which is a month from now, 2 months. So anyways, proud of her. You know, so we went to dinner, enjoyed it. Everyone's in a good mood. She did ask if she could start looking up cars. And then at one point during dinner said, what's my budget again? And we were like, well, what are you looking at? And she's like, well, there's this Mercedes-Benz. We're like, please stop. Please, this has to be a joke, right? So we all laughed about it, but that's where we're at. And then I drove myself home, and they're at dance now. But just a really cool experience. And to be honest with you, like, there are some nerves there for me because I don't have a brake. Obviously, the only thing I can do is like tell her to brake or grab the wheel to help her. I mean, haven't gone the freeway yet. She's not going super fast, but you know, 45 mile zones, 55 mile zones, around curves, a lot of traffic. Like, she's driving. She is driving. So there's just that of, you know, first time in the car with her, but also like, I'm on super high alert. Obviously, I'm not looking at my phone or doing this or doing that. Like, I'm zoned in with this. So I think it's just that high alert, but like, I honestly didn't ever really feel nervous. You know, a couple times where I'm, you know, really making sure and, but kind of crazy. I guess I didn't know how I would feel. But I think her confidence just kind of permeates about what she's doing, which makes me feel much more confidence and no nerves. So we'll see if mom gets there soon. I don't think she has too much want to have her drive right now, or to teach her to drive. I don't think McKayla wants to. I think this could be a dad thing for right now, at least till she gets better. And also, she's not going to drive the new car anytime soon until she gets some hours under her belt. Beat up the 24-year-old car, whatever. The 1-year-old car that's paid off is not going to be something you're going to drive right now. We'll get you in your car. So anyways, proud dad moment. Definitely a confidence booster for her. Like I said, what's the biggest lesson you learned from today? And she goes, don't doubt myself. And I said, exactly. In any situation that you're in, don't doubt. Don't be overconfident, cocky, but be confident in your ability and trust yourself. Even if it's hard, even if you fail, even if it doesn't turn out the way you do, but have the confidence to try it, to do it, to push yourself forward. That's what I think. So that's what I was hopeful for today. I really wanted her to pass because this is the next stage. But also, like, I wanted her to know, even when things don't go your way, you're not in the right mindset, maybe you don't feel as prepared because you didn't have the time, you can still do things. You're more prepared than you think you are. And she used the time on the ride to do these tests and asked me a couple questions, and she knew a lot more than I think she even thought she knew. Because she learned all this in driver's ed 6 months ago. They teach you all this stuff, and so it's kind of, I get it. But anyway, that's it. Got to wrap it up. We're going on 16 minutes, probably 14 of it just talking about my daughter. But I'm proud of her. Today was a great day for the whole family. And I just, not just that she passed for driving, that's great too. That was going to happen whenever it was going to happen. But just to see her know that she could do it and get her confidence and then actually say you were right. I mean, that was cool too. That's why I like Teach Her to Drive, because it's so far pretty much the only thing she listens to me. Half joking. So anyways, that's it. Proud of her. We're going to be driving a lot, and we're going to have a third vehicle here. So I'll probably be parking my truck out because we only have a 2-car garage. So, the things we do for our family. So cheers to McKayla. Big driver's permit. Got to get 60 hours in the next 6 months or 9 months, 10 months. Can only log 10 hours a week, drive as much as you want. So she'll easily get, you got to have at least 10, 9 hours. I think she's going to get a ton of hours, like a couple hundred, if she wants to keep driving the way, at this point, especially if we get her, get her a car so she'll be able to drive. So I'm not worried about that. And hopefully just continue to see her confidence grow, but also her skills. And so that way, 10 months from now, 9.5 months, when she's going to get her driver's license, she'll be fully confident for that. And we'll have to really let her go out in the world, which is crazy. But big step today. Proud of her. Went well. Planet Pulp. I'm on a new planet right now. I feel like I am. This is a nice little Hazy 6.5er. McKayla did also say that she goes, I know why I did so well is they put me in station 3 to take her test. And she goes, that's my favorite number. Maybe she said lucky, but favorite or lucky. And I was like, yeah, that is pretty cool. I mean, there's, I think 15 or 16. I'm going to say 15 because that's my favorite number. Stations, and there was only one other kid in there. So at number 1. So maybe they do 1, 3, 5. But, there's 14 or 15 other spots, and she got number 3. So there's something to it. Maybe that gave her a little boost too as she was walking into that test room. So cheers to McKayla, driver's permit, driving all over town already. Cheers. To the new planet I'm on. Oh, that's a good beer. A little hard to go down right now because I just got home from dinner from eating a bunch of sushi and some wonton soup. So, oh man, I was going to sit on the old belly. And I didn't work out today because I was in the office. It was a busy day, so I kind of feel like blah. But that's fine. It's a rest day. I'm going to shower up and chill here soon. All right. That's it. Congrats again. Cheers to McKayla. Until next time.